Hello again, Pottsville fans. I hope you are fired up for another season of Pottsville Apache football right here on the Russellville Sports Network. Tonight's game is being made possible by our friends at Razor Polish, the sharpest concrete floors in America. Apache football is also being brought to you by Tyson Foods, feeding you and all of our athletes like family. By Heirloom Legal, helping families build and protect their legacy through estate, elder, and business planning. By Farm Credit Services of Western Arkansas, providing financing for agricultural operating needs, livestock, and equipment purchases. Apache football on the Russellville Sports Network is proudly brought to you by Rose Drug of Russellville, caring for you, service to all. Tonight's game is also made possible by Miller Roofing Company, proudly serving Arkansas families and businesses since 1991. And showing their Pottsville pride by sponsoring Apache football on RSN is G-Rays Trucking, keeping the River Valley moving. Your boys are about to take the field, Pottsville fans. Remember to show your Apache pride by hitting that subscribe button and telling someone you know about Pottsville Apache football.
Welcome to the Pottsville Apache pregame show. I'm Stephen Glenn. Coach Brian Rust is our guest. Thank you for joining us, Coach. And tough trip down to Mena. That long drive to Bearcat Country is always tough on a team. But overall, I thought your guys played pretty well once they got off the bus.
It really was. I felt like it was probably the best game of the season, really. You know, our guys really came out and played hard. You know, we didn't turn the ball over. But still, we managed to make a couple mistakes, and like I said, that's kind of at this point we're far enough in that's kind of been what we do is we're understanding ourselves a little more, and we just the margin for error is so razor thin. We had a ball that we didn't cover up, and then we had a little penalty there in a crucial situation, and not to say that we're going to go down and score, but we might get the ball back in the position to have a chance, and we just kind of didn't make the play, and so that's kind of where we are. And other than that, I thought we played close to a perfect game for us, and so we're getting better, man. We're getting better, and the guys are putting the work in. They're understanding what we're trying to do. And we just keep on improving.
Yeah. I mean, if we could start adding halves together, you'd have a couple of wins. But I thought your guys really showed character in the Mena game. You got down, but you came battling back. And I would have really liked to have seen you had one more possession of the game because I think you had things going your way.
Really did. I felt like defensively we had finally kind of figured them out and kind of got them a little tired and kind of got them where we wanted them. Just maybe ran out of time a little bit and didn't get that last stop. But, I can't be more proud of the group. I feel like, we even lost a couple more kids on our way down there, basically. We had a kid that had some fever and stuff like that. And, in this day and age, you send them out. But, our guys just continue to play hard, and it really doesn't matter the situation. With the leadership of Lana Mahan, Coop Duval, and KJ Spencer, all those guys just continue. It doesn't matter the situation. They're going to play as hard as they can. They're going to do everything they can to put themselves in position for a win. And you found yourself another running back in that ball game too, didn't you? Oh yeah. Atkins is he's a kid that I think starting the year out, Eli's always been the kid that. From 7th grade all the way through, he just shows up and he works hard and he's there and he's yes sir, no sir. He does everything right. And, going in the season, didn't know how much PT we were going to get for him. But with everything that's gone on, he's just a kid that's been there, shows up, does what he's supposed to do, and did the job Friday. He got in a position where, I think he was a little nervous. I think it was the 3 or 4 games ago, he had to wind up starting for us and got a lot of PT then. But, Friday night was really his breakout game because I felt like he played great defensively, offensively, everything. He turned into a two-way starter. And, a kid in that position, the nerves he was going through, all that kind of stuff, I really felt like man, he had a great night and showed. And again, whenever you have a kid like that, you want to see him have great success, and he really did Friday. And player of the game and everything else you can say about him, just a great night.
All right, we'll come back and we'll talk about the Dardanelle Sandlizards, one of the preseason favorites in the conference. Things haven't worked out exactly great for them yet either. So you have a battle of two teams that really need to win tonight, and we'll come back and talk it over with Coach Rust after this timeout. You're with Pottsville Apache football. Pottsville Apache football pregame show with Coach Brian Rust. I'm Stephen Glenn. Brother Jim Huffman will join us in just a few moments, and we'll get his thoughts on tonight's game against the Battle of the Big River, the Dardanelle Sandlizards. And actually, with the redistricting or rearranging coming next year, this may be the last Battle of the Big River for a while. But let's talk about that a little bit later. This Sandlizard team, I guess maybe as their quarterback Vega goes, so goes their offense, right?
Oh, it really does. And again, very, very similar in kind of some of the struggles we've had this year. I think with the injuries and things like that, I think he's definitely, I really feel like probably conference-wise, he is the best player in the conference coming into it, but he's been really banged up, throughout the year. And I think he's had some hamstring issues, and then I think he got an ankle banged up, and just different things that have kind of slowed him down this year. But I feel like I think the Ozark games when he did his ankle, and so I think at this point he's starting to heal up. So I'm thinking we're gonna get closer to the original Vega.
And in previous years, Dardanelle running backs and quarterbacks have had really big, strong offensive lines to run behind. This one maybe not quite so much.
Well, it's hard to tell. It really is because they've missed starters. In one game we saw them early on. They didn't have some of those guys in there, and then they're back in there in one game, and then you won't see it. And maybe a different guy's in there the next. So I think again, kind of like us is. You have different starters every week, and you're hoping they show up and we've got them there, but you never know what might happen, for injury or COVID or whatever. So I think they've kind of had the same thing, trying to develop a starting unit that they're happy with and keep them all there. So definitely a team that not the same Dardanelle they've had. The humongous guys that just mow you over. A lot more normal sized kids almost, and Dardanelle's skill guys have always been really, really talented, and again this group is talented. I don't feel like they have a running back that they just go to. I don't think they have a bell cow that in the past they've always had a guy that that they can put him out, get him out in space, stuff like that. Don't quite have that right now, but they like to run empty and move everybody out and let Vega kind of go do his thing, or let him throw it and just run around and be awesome. So, they definitely present some problems, but not quite the same Dardanelle as we've seen in the past.
And defensively, they have always had one really superior linebacker, often a young man that's gone on to play at the next level. Does this year's team have one of those type of players on the linebacking core?
No, not the same way they've had. And I really feel like defensively they've been extremely strong in defensive line, and I still feel like they have some good defensive linemen this year. I think that's their strength. Secondary not quite as strong as they've been. Linebacker wise, they're solid. They're going to play hard. Coach Vega always does a good job of having those guys prepared, and they're going to play hard, but maybe not as talented as they have been.
And it's Dardanelle. I've got to ask about their kicking games. They always have a place kicker that ends up playing college ball somewhere. Is this year the same?
Not quite, but he's going to knock it down to the end zone or the 5 and somewhere in that range, and they never have a problem finding the kicker.
It's really hard too for a team. I don't think we talked about this enough. It's really hard for a team at any level, NFL on down, to go 80 yards every time they have to go. That's a big weapon.
Oh, it is, and again for us, for the success we've had, I really feel like Landon Mahan, our kicker, has done a great job this year. putting us in position. He can put it where he wants to. He can keep it away from the guys we don't want the ball in their hands. So he's done a really good job, and it's made us better defensively. So definitely, you got to go 80 every time. It's really tough.
Well, and Landon is so good about putting the ball really high in the air to get the direction you want it, but also really high in the air so these guys can go cover it too.
That's right.
What about the junior high Apaches? I think we've covered enough about Dardanelle. How they look this week?
Had a great, exciting game last night. Our 7th grade won 30-14, I think, and I can't remember. I think it was 35-31. In the junior high game, so we're I tell you what, the Thursday nights have been really fun, and the guys just the future for the Apaches looks really bright, and they keep winning. We've got a showdown coming here in a couple weeks with Ozark, probably for the conference championship on the line.
All right, Coach. One key to the Apache win tonight. What do I need to watch for?
Man, I want to say about 3 different things. But,
okay, what are the 3 things?
I'm going to say the one thing is if we continue not to turn the ball over, we're going to put ourselves in position to win.
Okay, all right. Well, and you could give me 3. Just remember, I have trouble counting to 3. But
well, it's all the basics. We've got to tackle, we've got to block, and don't turn the ball over. And if we do all 3 of those and we maintain, we're going to be in good shape.
Thanks for your time, Coach Russ. We appreciate it. I'm Stephen Glenn. We'll be back with more Pottsville Apache football in just a moment.
They've made it bigger and bigger and bigger every year, so it's been fun to watch.
And it's really fun to hear the players and what have you talking about it, at least from our side. Of course, I don't know about the Dardanelle side. I noticed another family member is down talking to the Dardanelle radio and video crew too. But you listen to the players talking. There's some of the Pottsville players, they're dating girls from Dardanelle, or some of the guys from Dardanelle are dating girls from Pottsville, and that's what makes a rivalry fun, isn't it?
Yeah, I sort of say they get serious about it.
Yes, they do.
I've got a good friend of mine, Coach Falls, and boy, they say it's just a different atmosphere when they play Dardanelle. They take it a lot more serious. They get They get all kinds of jacked up.
Well, and sad to see that Dardanelle has grown to the point that next year when they restructure things, which they do every couple of years, Dardanelle is going to jump up to 5A. But I talked with Coach Russ today, and I think he and Coach Vega are going to do everything they can to keep that game on the schedule because they both enjoy it.
Yeah. I mean, that's that's exciting. I mean, that just preaches to Dardanelle and how much they've grown, not only as a school, but as a city. And that's exciting.
Lots of people moving to both towns, and if they need a place to live, who should they talk to?
Don't talk to Caleb. You just come straight to me. Yeah, Jacob Moore, not Caleb Moore. Don't go to that guy.
Because you're on the Pottsville side tonight, right? Yeah, how do you guys do that? One of you stay over here and the other go to the Dardanelle side? Or?
Well, so right now we're right smack dab in the middle. We're cooking burgers and hot dogs and everything and having a lot of fun with it. But we're wearing our Moore & Company shirt, trying to stay in the middle of everybody, rooting just for a good game tonight.
Those are good-looking shirts. They look better on you than they would me. You're a little younger, a little stronger than I am. You certainly come much closer to a gym than I have. So.
I can't wait to get exactly the way I can just sit back and relax, not have to worry about anything. I don't have to worry about chasing little ones around anymore.
Well, that'll keep you in shape.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness, yeah.
All right, Mr. Moore, we appreciate you joining us tonight.
Steve, thank you for letting me.
All right, and we look forward to it. And again, thank you to Moore & Company for sponsoring the battle. If you're on your way out here, make sure and stop at the front gate and find out where to find one of those burgers. Those smell good.
Absolutely. If they taste bad, it's Caleb's fault.
All right, we appreciate it. Jacob Moore with Moore & Company. I'm Stephen Glenn. We'll bring Brother Jim Huffman into the broadcast when we return. After this 1-minute timeout, you're with Pottsville Apache football.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
In fact, one of the things that I didn't talk about during that discussion with Mr. Moore is not only is it a rivalry amongst the players and the coaches, it's also a rivalry between the two bands, because the two bands will try to put on the best performances they can. The cheerleaders will try to do the best things that they can too, and it's just overall it's an awful lot of fun. I'm Stephen Glenn. We're here at the Battle of the Big River being hosted at John Needham Stadium this evening, and the captains for both teams are out at the 50-yard line, and the coaches and the cheerleaders are being, or coaches and the captains are being introduced now by Matt Lee, who is the coach of the Pottsville golf team, who had a very successful run at the state golf tournament. The men finished 6th in the state, which is very impressive when you consider how many 4A golfers there are throughout the state of Arkansas. And also 2 ladies from the Lady Apaches have qualified for state, and they played well. Lindsay Aday and Cadence Graham both qualified and played well at the state championship tournament, so congratulations to all of the Apache golfers. We're still a moment or two away from getting this game going. Pottsville has won the toss. They're going to defer their option until the second half. We'll come back and get this football game kicked off when we return after this 2-minute timeout. You're with Pottsville Apache football.
There comes a time in all of our lives when we need the help of legal services. Well, let Leah Jacobs at Heirloom Legal at 425 North Church Street in Atkins be your go-to when you are needing assistance. If you're needing a will or a trust, maybe you're helping an elder parent with Medicaid issues, or planning on opening a brand new business, Maybe you have another legal need. Jacobs can help you plan your next step. That's Heirloom Legal, helping families build and protect their legacy through estate, elder, and business planning. Call 501-819-2553, and walk-ins are welcome.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy.
And that's what I really like about Sam Pittman. He's always genuine, and I really think he's very happy to be at the University of Arkansas.
Did I put a question mark in the teleprompter again? I forget you literally read that thing like exactly as it's written.
Oh, come on, Bill. You know you're just as off the cuff as Sam Pittman is.
At least y'all ain't got a wasp nest out here to deal with the size of Brad's head.
If people only knew what went on behind the scenes.
Oh, I know. For real, this is not Sports Center.
Farm Credit supports rural communities and agriculture with reliable, consistent credit and financial services in good times and bad. We provide loans to farmers and ranchers, farmer-owned cooperatives, rural homebuyers, agribusinesses, and rural infrastructure providers. As cooperatives, we're locally owned and governed. We help agricultural producers feed the world. For America's farmers, Farm Credit, supporting rural communities and agriculture. Learn more today.
Your
Pottsville Apaches.
And welcome back to Pottsville Apache football. The pregame show brought to you by Razor Polish, and we appreciate them being along with us. The Pottsville Apaches have taken the field, as have the Dardanelle Sandlizards. Again, Pottsville won the toss. They'll defer until the second half. And joining me now, microphone side, is my broadcast partner, Brother Jim Huffman. Jim, your thoughts on this ball game?
Well, Steve, it's Pottsville and it's Dardanelle, so that ought to just say it, sum it up right there. Dardanelle has owned this series over the last several years, but Dardanelle is a little bit different this year. Pottsville's a little bit different this year, so we're hoping that the Pottsville Apaches, with a home field advantage tonight, somehow, some way, we can end up with the Big River Rivalry Cup, our trophy that they're playing for tonight.
That'd look good over in the high school office, wouldn't it, that trophy?
For the first time.
Yep,
Yeah.
That's right. Well, and obviously I misunderstood what our official said. I thought it was Pottsville to get the ball in the second half, but it looks like Dardanelle's going to be kicking off. And we had everybody lined up to kick the ball, and then we've kind of reset everybody.
Yep.
Well, me being confused at the game is nothing new. And I have no idea what's going on. The officials have met at the 50-yard line.
But that's why we're the number one sports station.
That's true.
That's right.
That's right. Okay, so actually the press box understood the same thing I did. We thought Pottsville had deferred their option. They're actually going to take the football. So Gary Thompson is the kicker for Dardanelle. He fits right into the line of very good kickers that Dardanelle has had for, I'll bet the past 10 years or so. They've had some fabulous kickers. I believe it is Adrian Hall back deep to kick it. And the kick is taken at the 10-yard line. Return up the middle of the 15, the 20, across the 22 to the 23-yard line, and to the 25 and 28 before the tackle is made.
Yep.
The return was made by Tyler Davis for the Apaches, and Pottsville will take over 1st and 10.
Yeah, Tyler Davis on the return that time for the Apaches, and got the ball out a little bit past 25-yard line there. And so here we go, Steve. Let's see what this offense can do.
In fact, they'll start at their own 28-yard line, 1st and 10. Pottsville's offense last week a little slow getting started. They certainly would like to change that. Cooper Duval is your quarterback. He's up under center. It is the wing T set, single back in the backfield, ball on the right hash. They're going to give it straight ahead dive play, crosses the 30 to the 31 to the 32-yard line. Landon Mahan, the ball carrier.
Yeah, big number 11, already starting out carrying the load for the Apaches. He's been the workhorse this year for the Apaches and picked up some good yardage there.
Tackle made by, I want to say it was number 58, Levi Hull. Pottsville has it, 2nd down and 6 as the pickup was 4. Ball is still on the right side hash. It's at the 32. Duval getting the signals from the sideline. Has Mahan behind him, kind of squatting like a catcher. Duval takes the snap, fakes the give, back to pass. Stiff arms one Sandlizard player who is rushing and then steps out of bounds. Got back to the line of scrimmage, maybe, but someone went the wrong way on that play because there were a couple of Sandlizards that came free on that.
Yeah, Cooper that time, he was very wise. He just stepped out of the bounds because he was about to get hit pretty hard, and there's no need for a quarterback to take that kind of punishment early in the first quarter.
I believe that was the left side defensive end for Dardanelle, who is wearing a number that I don't have on my list. 3rd down and 8. Motion man left to right. They're going to toss it to Metcalf. Has running room across the 35 toward the boundary at the 37 to the 38-yard line. Eli Atkins, check it. Atkins was the ball carrier, and he has a Pottsville Apache first down brought to you by Heirloom Legal Service.
Yeah, Steve, you know, in the pregame, you and Coach were talking a lot about Eli Atkins, and there you go. You know, Coach is talking about how he's coming into his own and had a big game last week down in Mena.
He had 1 touchdown, set up another one. There he picks up 10 on his first carry of the night behind some good blocking. 1st and 10 Pottsville from their own 39. Again, it is Mahan in the backfield. They sent Atkins in motion to give to Mahan straight up the middle, and no running room there as Mahan got it right on the hash mark and tackled right at the line of scrimmage. Good job by the Sandlizard defensive line stacking that play up. So no gain on that play. 2nd and 10.
Well, here we go.
That's where the predominantly run-oriented offenses have things a little tough. They kind of get behind the schedule, they like to say. 2nd down and 10. Villarreal splits out wide to the near side. Short side left with a wide out there. Motion man gets the toss sweep coming toward the near sideline. At the 40, turns it upfield between the hash and the boundary, ahead to the 41, the 42-yard line. Caleb Metcalf, the ball carrier. He'll pick up about 3. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Yeah, Steve, like you said, this is where that run-laden offense can get you when you do get behind schedule. And here we are, 3rd and 7. And I don't know. I mean, do we decide to throw it here?
I don't know. Yeah, that would be a tough call. 3rd down at the 42-yard line of the Apaches. Ball is on the right hash. Adrian Hall splits out wide left. The Dardanelle band playing while the Apaches are running their offense. Snap to Duval, read option. He'll turn the corner with room. Crosses the 45 to the boundary at midfield to the Dardanelle 45. Driven out of bounds just short of the 45-yard line of the Sandlizards. But that will be another Heirloom Legal first down for the Apaches.
Yeah, a little RPO that time by Duval, and he read it just perfectly. And that time, Big Coop, the quarterback, man, he found the corner and picked up the first down.
Duval picked up 13 on the read option. Actually, he could have gone either way. If he'd have pitched it, I think the pitch man would have had good yardage too. But he made the right call, keeping it himself and getting a Pottsville first down at the Dardanelle 45. Interesting formation, kind of a double stack on the left. Now they bring a man in motion. That's all window dressing as the give is to Landon Mahan straight ahead at the 45, up the right hash to the 44-yard line. Maybe a yard on the play.
Well, Steve, when you said window dressing, I can tell you that's one thing I hate to hang window dressing on any house. And that's the reason why right there, because usually it don't go the way I need it to go.
It didn't do a lot on that play either, to be honest. Dardanelle played that well, stayed at home. Held it to a gain of maybe 2 as they give progress to the 43. 2nd down and 8 for Pottsville. Slot left. Now they bring 2 men in motion, and that'll bring a penalty flag.
Yep.
So far on every play, Pottsville has brought one of the wings in motion out of the wing tee. That time they both came in motion, which you can do that, but they both have to reset before you snap the ball.
Yeah. And that was not the case, so we pick up a 5-yard penalty.
That'll move it back to the 48-yard line. Again, another long down coming, 2nd down and about 13, almost 14 from the 48-yard line. Short side right is open. Wide side to the left has a wide out there. They have a counter coming from left to right. Turn it up at the hash mark across the 45. Metcalf carries the ball to the 43-yard line. Tackle made by the Sandlizards' Logan Crow. at the 23. It's going to bring up 3rd and long.
Yep. We've been here a couple of times. We were 3rd and 7. Now we're 3rd and 8, Steve, and it's going to be interesting if Cooper Duval has that RPO again.
It's interesting how often a team that likes to use the run-pass option does it to the short side of the field. Pottsville did it last time with good results. 3rd down and 8, could be 4-down territory. Double wing and 2 wideouts. Motion man is right to left. It is Duval. He'll pitch it, running room across the 35, up the left side to the 30, the 25, the 23, the 22-yard line. That's Eli Atkins, the ball carrier, for another heirloom legal 1st down for the Apaches, and they did run that option series.
Well, Steve, they did, but that time they went to the wide side of the field, and that time Cooper Duval had a perfect read. The defensive end crashed on the quarterback, and when he did, that left Atkins out there as the pitch man. He turned the corner and picked up that heirloom legal 1st down.
3rd first down of the drive for the Apaches. This is the initial possession of the game. No score, 7:48 to go in the 1st quarter. Pottsville 1st and 10 at the Sandlizard 21, and they give it to Mahan. Has a little bit of running room this time, working between the guard and tackle. He'll get inside the 20 to the 19 to the 18-yard line before tackled by the Sandlizards' Levi Hull. At the 18-yard line. Pickup of 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7. Pottsville has already run the clock down from the 12-minute mark to 7:19 on this drive. They have it at the Dardanelle 18, 2nd down and 7. Bryson Villarreal splits out wide to the right. Adrian Hall splits out wide to the short side left. Counter give coming to Metcalf. Turns it up at the hash. At the 10, the 5, back to the middle, into the end zone. Eli Atkins for a touchdown, Pottsville. Eli Atkins with the Farm Credit of Western Arkansas touchdown.
Well, Steve, that's how you wanted to start this ball game out, the first series on offense. Take almost the length of the field and find the end zone on the other end, and here we are up 6-zip.
Boy, and did you see that throw Coach Falls made of the kicking tee? He fired it from the sideline all the way down to the 10-yard line.
Hey, number 11, that's what number he wore back in the day. He's still got an arm.
Yeah, he does. Speaking of 11, Landon Mahan on to attempt the point after. High snap, they got it down. The kick is up, and it is good. With 7:02 to play in the 1st quarter, Pottsville with the lead, 7-0 over Dardanelle. Back in 30 seconds with more Apache football. That was an 11-play drive covering 68 yards. The last 18 of them by Eli Atkins for the touchdown. And Eli kind of the featured back on that sequence. And that was the same play he had the big gain on in Mena, I believe, Jim.
Yeah, Steve, it was, and kind of Atkins last week, he was the player of the game. And, man, he's starting off tonight here in Pottsville, the way he left Mena.
7:02 left to go in the 1st quarter. Pottsville with the initial 7-0 lead. Mahan will kick it off from the left hash at the 40. Short run up, but a high kick. That's got some hang time on it. Fielded at the 10 by the Sandlizards. Return up the middle to the 20, the 25, and then stacked up at the 28-yard line by a host of Apaches. It was Seth Harper, the return man. A tackle made by Pottsville's Aiden Grant on special teams. So the Sandlizards offense will take over 1st and 10, their initial possession of the ball game, with 6:56 to go in the 1st at their own 29.
Well, Steve, what we need now is just our defense to show up and play the same way the offense has in that first series.
Quarterback is who kind of makes this offense go. Drew Vega, he is in all likelihood the fastest player on the field for either team. He has Zane Rose single back in the backfield. They like to hit Wilfong, who's split wide to the left. It's a twin wideout formation. Vega in the gun. He's going to fake it to Rose, pull it down, start up the middle, and run right into a wall of Apaches at the 26-yard line. I did not see who made the tackle. Was it Aiden Peterson, I believe?
I think it was, Steve. It was 58.
Okay, we'll give the tackle to Nathan Paramo. Play actually lost a yard back to the 28. There was a hole there for just a second, but Paramo filled the gap perfectly, and that play loses a yard. 2nd and 11 for Dardanelle. They send Rose wide to the right. They empty the backfield. Vega the only back there. A tightly stacked trips formation. Now they bring a man and a fumble on the exchange, and I think the Apaches may have come up with the fumble. It is Pottsville football. I think the recovery was KJ Spencer.
Yeah, is that 65, Steve?
That's what I thought.
I believe it is. Big KJ Spencer getting his hands on that football.
So the Apaches get it back deep in Sandlizard territory. It will be at the 27-yard line officially, because I would not argue with Coach Lee. 1st down and 10 Apaches from the 27. Pottsville leads at 7-0, looking for more on the fumble recovery by KJ Spencer. Apaches in the wing tee, single wide out, lined up very close to the line on the right side. This is coming to the right. Handoff outside of the 25 to the 24, headed to the hash and then tackled at the 23-yard line. That was Caleb Metcalf, the ball carrier, but he'll pick up 4 yards to the 23-yard line. No, the 24. So the pickup is 3.
Yeah, Steve, the big turnover here, and now you actually have the offense once again. You know, we have converted 3rd downs, which is huge, and that's allowed us to find the end zone, and that's what we need to do here on 2nd and long.
2nd down and 7 for Pottsville with 5:39 to go in the quarter. Short side right, open field left. Motion is left to right. They give it to Mahan, who has a big hole. He crashes through it, moving left across the 20-yard line. Inside the 20 to the 26 to the 24. Oh, no, 26, they're going to make the tackle. Thomas caught him before he could make a move at the 25, but that is going to be another heirloom legal 1st down for the Pottsville Apaches.
Yeah, let's call the attorney, Steve, at heirloom legal, because we're picking up 1st downs left and right.
All right, that ball is at the plus 17-yard line. 1st and 10, Pottsville. The ground and pound attack of Pottsville is moving early. They're going to give it to Mahan. Quick give up the middle. He has room. Crosses the 10. Fights his way inside the 5. Breaks a tackle at the 2. And Landon Mahan is into the end zone for a Pottsville touchdown. A touchdown brought to you by Farm Credit of Western Arkansas. And Landon Mahan was not going to be denied.
Steve, he wasn't. You talking about running downhill. Landon Mahan actually was running downhill. He had lizards all over him, but, man, he just kept slipping and sliding, and he found the end zone.
And then Landon Mahan will be on to attempt the point after. Cooper Duval is the holder. The snap is good. It's down. The kick is on the way, and this one is perfect. 5:05 to go in the 1st quarter. Couldn't ask for a better start if you're an Apache fan. Pottsville leads at 14-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds with more Pottsville Apache football. Dakota Wilfong back deep, along with number 32, Seth Harper, to receive the kick. Landon Mahan will boot the ball away. You like it when your guy kicks the ball off twice in the 1st quarter.
Steve, you do. Hey, I got to give a shout-out really quickly to my granddaughter, Madden Sue Keith, who is watching the game on live stream. So, Madden Sue, Papa J says, hey.
Hey, Papa J, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
I like that. Was she the young lady who was up here? Yep. She's a cutie.
Yep.
She is a cutie. Mahan's run up, high, short sky kick, fair catch called for, and it is made. It wasn't easy, but it was made. The fair catch called for and made by a. No, it was loose. Okay, Seth Harper was there to fall on the loose football. I thought it might have popped loose, and it did.
Well, Steve, I thought it did, but I heard the whistle blow. And I'm going, whoa, wait a minute. That ball's on the ground.
I was kind of confused too, but me being confused is nothing unusual.
Yeah, our producer just reminded us of Auburn last year.
Yeah, I did my best to forget that too. Yeah. 1st and 10 Sandlizards. Vega has an empty backfield, has 4 wide receivers to the right, 1 wide out to the left. He's got to get rid of this quick. Here comes a bubble screen, complete to the right side. I think that may be Wilfong. Gets across the 30. Maybe the 32-yard line. Zane Rose made the catch, but he made the catch 8 yards deep, and he had to run 9 yards to even pick up 1. Good coverage by the Apaches. Tackle made by Bryson Villarreal. He played that bubble screen very nicely. In fact, really no gain on the play.
Big number 7 there, coverage for the Apaches.
Short side right, wide side to the left. Back to pass is Vega, looks at the wheel route, now brings it down. He's running himself. He's going to throw it up the middle. Has a man. Incomplete, though, at the 35-yard line. Pretty good coverage deep by Adrian Hall. He kind of got between Hall and Blake Thomas to kind of get in the sight line of the receiver who could not come up with a football. It falls incomplete. Just good coverage.
Yeah, that was good coverage that time, but Blake Thomas that time, he had a step. And if Vega could have found him in step, it might have been a different story. But, man, you got to give hats off to this defensive secondary, Steve. They closed, and they closed quickly.
3rd down and 10 for Dardanelle. They most certainly don't want to give the ball back to the Apaches this quickly. 3rd and 10 from the Sandlizard 29 on the right hash. 1 wide out left, single wide out to the right, shotgun formation. A little misdirection. Vega comes out with it. He's got his hands on it, escapes 1 tackler, brings it upfield, crosses the 35 to the 36 right up the middle. He'll spin around and fall forward to the 37, but that's going to leave Dardanelle well short of the 1st down. Let's see. The ball will be marked at the 37-yard line or the 36, so it's going to be 4th down and about a yard. And I believe Dardanelle is going to gamble and go for this even deep in their own territory.
Yeah, Steve, I think they are. I think they're going to line up and say, hey, it's 4 down territory. Here we come.
Well, I'm going to mark Vega, that's for sure. 4th down and a yard at the Sandlizard 38. Sandlizards go for it out of the shotgun. Vega takes the snap, follows Rose's lead blocker, crashes inside, crosses the 43 to the 44-yard line. Behind good blocking, Vega's going to pick up the 1st down. Tyler Davis made the stop, but just good enough blocking by the left side of the Sandlizard offensive line to pick up the 1st 10. An interesting gamble.
Yeah, Steve, it was. Of course, Vega, man, he's got a nose for football, and he's got a head for it. He knew he was going to pick up that 1st down.
Vega, the quarterback. You'll hear us talk about Coach Vega. Yes, that is father and son. Shotgun formation, single back in the backfield. Vega brings it down, keeps it, turns right at the S and Apaches, crosses the 45 and no further. Again, the Pottsville defense playing Vega run first, and Alex Moats made the stop after a pickup of 2.
Yeah, Moats, he had a good game last week, and good tackle that time. And we were bragging about his grandmother, who actually had the big sign out in the middle of Yale County wanting us to beat Mina.
I got all kinds of comments about that on my Facebook page too. That was cool. That was a great picture taken by our producer.
Yeah, good job, Justin.
Justin did awesome work. 2nd and 9, Dardanelle at their own 45. Trips left, motion man right to left. Vega fakes the give, keeps it himself, crosses midfield, right up the middle of the Apache 45. Now cuts to the hash at the 41 and is tackled there. Tackle made by Brian Sanchez, but Vega just power running that time.
Yeah, Drew Vega, man, I can tell you what, Steve, that young man's got a heart for football. Like you said, coach's son, so he knows the game. He's grew up around the game, and he's just a smart football player.
Apaches lead at 14-0. Sandlizards on the drive. They're in Pottsville territory for the first time. They're at the Apache 42. And they motion Rose out of the backfield. Back to passes. Vega looks over the middle, fires a strike, but it was really had some smoke on it, intended for Blake Thomas, and falls incomplete. That was the shortstop arm there by Vega.
Well, I was going to ask, his shortstop or see a pitcher, because you saw the arm that time.
Yep, he fired that one in there. I don't think Rose was expecting it to come in, or excuse me, Thomas was expecting it to come in quite that hot.
Yeah, and hot it did.
2nd and 10 for Sandlizards. Dardanelle in their road white uniforms, red helmets, red numbers. They move right to left for the final 2 minutes of the quarter. Now Sandlizards in a wing tee. They'll motion a guy from right to left, and they'll toss it on the jet sweep to Rose. Turns the corner right side at the boundary at the 40. Takes it up the boundary to the 45, or the 35, down to the 31-yard line before tackled. Brian Sanchez with another stop, but that's another Dardanelle first down. That's the first time they've shown that look.
Yep. And Dardanelle's on the move, Steve.
Coach Vega emptying out the playbook on this drive, but it's an important one. Pottsville already leads at 14-0. Sandlizards don't want to fall behind too much too soon. We have 1:54 left to go in the first quarter. Sandlizards start this play on the right hash. Vega in the gun, empty back set. Now they bring a motion man from right to left. They're going to show pitch, and they'll toss it to Rose, who'll go nowhere. Rose was the pitch man, and Landon Mahan got there almost the same time the ball did. Mahan arrived in a bad mood, as did Nick Bosold, and there was no gain on that play.
Yeah, and Steve, I'm going to tell you what, Tyler Davis coming up from the corner, he actually had contact, but just missed him in the backfield.
And Nick Bosold with a nice play there to hold it for no gain, maybe the loss of a foot or two. 1:25 to go in the quarter. Pottsville on top, 14-0. Sandlizards getting the play from the sideline. There's 10 seconds on the play clock. They're going to have to hurry just a little bit. They send Coyle Keys out to the right. That's the wide side of the field. Short side left, that's where Rose is lined up. And they're going to again try the jet sweep. Rose going right, going backwards. He's looking to throw. Pottsville has that covered, and Rose running right toward the boundary at the 34. Gets driven out of bounds at the 34, and that's going to lose about 3 yards. Was he not trying to throw that football?
Steve, he was, and that was going to be one of those trick plays. But, man, there was nowhere to run, nowhere to throw.
Good coverage deep in the secondary. They have the football at the 31, but they're going to move that back. They actually drove him out of bounds at about the 34. Football was in one place, and it was marked at the 34, so a loss of 3, almost 4. Third and a long 13. Vega has his play called. Dardanelle had 2 guys in motion, and they're going to call timeout there. If they had snapped the ball there, they'd have lost 5 more yards, but good timeout called by Coach Vega. 17 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Pottsville leading Dardanelle 14-0. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout with more Pottsville Apache football.
Family is your most prized possession. You want to take care of them. You want to give them the very best. And when it comes to choosing a pharmacy, you'll want someone who knows your name and understands both you and your way of life. At Rose Drug, they will take care of your family just like you were their own. They'll be someone that you can trust with the ones that you love the most. That's Rose Drug in Russellville. Call 968-1323 today.
Pottsville has had the ball twice. They've scored on both drives. Dardanelle has had the ball twice. Their first drive was thwarted by a fumble recovery by KJ Spencer, which set up the second Apache touchdown. The Sandlizards have put together an impressive drive. This started back at their own 29-yard line. 10 plays later, they've moved to the Apache 34, but they face a 3rd down and 14. 13 or 14, take your choice. If we'd have been in Mena, it would have been much different.
Oh. You went there.
I did. I'm sorry. Dardanelle again with 2 men in motion. They both have to reset. In fact, 3 men in motion, but they do all come set. 13 on the play clock. Vega in the shotgun. They're going to call a flea flicker back to Vega. They throw it up to the right sideline, throw it over the middle. It's incomplete. I thought he had a man wide open up the right sideline, and I thought that's where he was going to throw it. But no, instead they had Blake Thomas running a post route. He was also behind the Apache defense, but Vega overthrew him.
Can you say that flea flickers can cause glue on the defensive backs and the safety's feet? Because they froze.
Yep.
And that's why you had such wide open receivers, and Vega just missed his receiver that time, or that would have been a touchdown.
We know Coach Vega does have the reputation as being a riverboat gambler kind of a coach when he's play calling, and it was such there. It's going to be 4th and 13. Dardanelle lines up to go for it at the Apache 34 up the right hash. They give it to Vega. Vega is knocked down, had to make a throw before he wanted to. Falls incomplete, and the Apache defense is going to hold on downs.
Wow.
as that play falls incomplete. So a 12-play drive for Dardanelle goes for naught.
With 7 seconds left, Steve, in the first quarter.
Pottsville will take over. 1st and 10 at the line of scrimmage from the last play, which is the 34-yard line. Pottsville's first drive of this game was an impressive one, an 11-play drive. Pottsville's offense comes to the line of scrimmage, which is at the left hash mark. Short side left, wide side right, motion left to right. Duval fumbles the snap, picks it up, is able to at least pick up the football and move forward a step or two, but he's only going to lose a yard on the play before Asher Hodges makes the stop. But, boy, that bugaboo is still kind of hanging around, isn't it?
Yeah, Steve, it was, but he actually just a bad exchange from the center.
So at the end of the first quarter, the Pottsville Apaches leading Dardanelle 14-0. We're back with more Apache football after this 1-minute timeout.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
Farm Credit supports rural communities and agriculture with reliable, consistent credit and financial services in good times and bad. We provide loans to farmers and ranchers, farmer-owned cooperatives, rural homebuyers, agribusinesses, and rural infrastructure providers. As cooperatives, we're locally owned and governed. We help agricultural producers feed the world. For America's farmers, Farm Credit supporting rural communities and agriculture. Learn more today.
Second quarter of play, the Pottsville Apaches 14, Dardanelle nothing. Pottsville has the ball. You know, the Apaches haven't been great on first down, but they've been able to make it up on second and especially third down. 2nd down and 10 from the Apache 34-yard line. Misdirection counter with running room crossing the 40. Up the left side of the 45 to midfield to Sandlizard territory to the 39-yard line. Eli Atkins with another big play for another Pottsville Apache Heirloom Legal Services first down.
Well, Steve, I'm going to tell you what, Atkins has a second gear, man. I'm telling you, that young man is playing lights out the last 2 weeks, and great run by Eli that time.
Eli Atkins with the 1st and 10. Looks like that pickup of about 31 on that carry, if my math is any good, and it's normally not. 1st and 10 Apaches on the Sandlizard side of the field at the 38 on the left hash. Give it to Mahan, gets hit as he crosses the 37, spins down to the 36, and they may give him progress to the 35-yard line. Mahan with yards after the initial hit.
Yeah, good hard run that time by Landon Mahan, and big 68 on the tackle. Steve, I want to give a shout out. Actually, we have some Dardanelle fans listening to our broadcast tonight across the river. So, Brandy Noblet, this is a shout out to you and your mama and all your family. And I know you're saying go Sandlizards, but we're saying go Apaches.
2nd down and 8 for Pottsville. They are at the Sandlizard 36, short side left. They're going to run the RPO. And it is a nice run by Duval. Ducked it inside, then kicked it to the outside, headed to the right sideline, crosses the 30. Duval to the 29-yard line. He's going to be close to another first down. In fact, if they put the foot down there, that's going to be another Pottsville Apache Heirloom Legal Service 1st and 10.
And Steve, it is. And once again, Pottsville, this offensive unit, man, Steve, they are winning the line of scrimmage. Shout out to all of our big guys up front. I mean, they are winning that, and Pottsville's moving the ball.
Well, I saw Blake Chenoweth throw a block on that play to kind of cut down some pursuit. 1st and 10 for the Apaches. Well, Landon Mahan met right on the hole, went backwards, and then found another gear and moved forward across the 25 to the 24-yard line. Boy, that had to hurt. Still, Mahan went forward.
Well, Steve, he did. I mean, he got hit hard at the line of scrimmage, and somehow he picked up a couple of yards.
Hull with the tackle, but that's going to be a pickup of 3, almost 4.
Yeah.
In fact, let's call it 4. It's going to be 2nd down and 6 as the ball is inside the 25, close to the 24. Apaches lead at 14-0 with 10:26 to go in the half. At the right hash on the 2nd and 6. Motion man, well, motion both directions. They give it from the man coming right to left. I think that's Atkins, that was Caleb Metcalf, the ball carrier from the left wing back spot. Crosses the 25 to the 24-yard line. Picked up a yard, maybe 2 to the 23, to the 22, I'm sorry, before Boatwright makes the stop.
Well, Steve, this is right where we like to be tonight.
Yeah.
We want to be 3rd and long.
That's right.
Because we picked them up every time.
Yeah, we've scored twice on 3rd and long.
Yeah.
Ball's at the Sandlizard 22. 3rd down and about 6. Slot to the left side. Single back is Mahan in the backfield. They've split the T out to the left. They give it to Mahan. He's going to have 1st down and more as he goes to his left, crosses the 20, the 18, the 16 to the 15-yard line.
Yeah, Steve, he was 1 tackle away that time. 1 step away from a touchdown.
Looked like trap blocking and some good blocks by the left side of the Apache line, as the Apaches have a 1st and 10 at the Sandlizard 15.
Speaking of 10, number 10 is not on the schedule for Dardanelle.
Yeah, we once again, we have players that don't appear on the roster. So,
so what are you going to call number 10 tonight?
Let's see. Uno Diaz.
Uno Diaz. Diaz, number 10.
Cooper Duval, play fake, pulls it out of Mahan's belly, runs the play to the right, steps over a tackler at the 11, and gets down to the 10-yard line on the 1st down play. Well, they're going to spot him down at the 11, so pick up a 4 on the play. Well, because Spanish for 0 is cero, and uno cero, I don't know, I kind of like that.
Hey.
Uno cero.
Uno cero.
Or the number 10 is Diaz.
You know, this is probably one of the most educational broadcasts on Friday night. I can just tell you that.
Yeah. Yeah. Poor Justin's over here is choking to death. 2nd down, not goal to go, but from the 10. Handoff going to the left side, inside the 10. Mahan fighting for extra yards up the left side to the 8-yard line. He got some good blocking, but Mahan is just hard to tackle.
Well, Steve, he is, man. I tell you what, you got all year long, number 11, had a chance to talk to his dad, Brian, some, and Brian said, well, he's just a tough kid, and he is a tough kid, and we're awful proud of him.
You know, one semester I had a 4-point average at Arkansas Tech, if you added up all 4 of my classes.
Well, like you said, sometimes your math is not good.
From the 10-yard line, Cooper Duval drops the snap, picks it up, gets it over to, I believe that's Metcalf, kind of little playground football that time. Metcalf got back maybe to the original line of scrimmage, but that was almost a disaster. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Metcalf stopped basically for, well, they put it back at the, where is the ball? At the 11. So a loss of a couple. So Landon Mahan's going to be on to attempt. They're going to put that down at about the 16, so a 26-yard field goal. Cooper Duval will hold. Pottsville leads at 14-0, looking for more. The snap is good. The kick is on the way. It's got plenty of distance, and it's inside the upright. It is good. Well, the Pottsville Apaches, with the 27-yard field goal by Landon Mahan, extend the lead to 17-0. We're back with more in 30 seconds of Pottsville Apache football.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
Pottsville has points on all 3 of their possessions. I don't know a lot of things, but I do know that's pretty good offensive efficiency when you're 3 for 3. Pottsville leads the game 17-0, 7:03 to go in the quarter, which actually makes 7:03 to go in the half. Nathan Paramo was going to handle the kickoff chores. Probably as much as anything else, they want to give Landon Mahan a break. So Paramo will kick it off from his own 40, kicking right to left. 2 Sandlizards deep. Will Fong is 1. We'll see the other one. High sky kick short, hits on the turf, takes a bounce, fielded by the Sandlizards at the 28-yard line. But it was fielded by someone is it Blake Thomas? Yeah. Blake Thomas fields the ball, takes a knee at the 28-yard line. So that's where Dardanelle will take over. And that's as good as any kind of kickoff.
Yeah, Steve, I will take it.
And only 7:03 remaining in the first half of play. Pottsville has not only moved the ball well, they have really churned the clock down. Dardanelle's one of the best ways to compete against a high-flying, wide-open offense is to keep the ball yourself, and that's what Pottsville has done. 1st and 10, Dardanelle at their own 28. Vega in the gun. Now has Rose move back next to him. And Rose is going to give it on a counter to Wilfong, and Wilfong is hammered just as soon as he got the ball moving to his left. He goes nowhere. Tackled back at the 25. In fact, that's going to lose almost 3 yards.
It was K.J. Spencer.
So K.J. Spencer with another big stop for the Pottsville Apaches. So Pottsville staying at home on those double reverse things. That's the second time Dardanelle has tried one, and neither of them have worked. 2nd and 11, Sandlizards. They're back at their own 27. 6:28 to go in the half. Vega calling the snap count. Now they empty the backfield. I would suspect Vega's going to keep this. Now they bring a man in rocket motion. They're going to throw it over the middle. Skinny post is going to be complete at the 35 to the 36. Pottsville trying to tackle the football. Got pretty close, but not quite. Pass completed to Dos Cinco. We don't have him on the roster either.
Well, Steve, I can tell you, I'm just glad you got to call a skinny post. I've been waiting for it all year long, and Dardanelle actually runs one. We used to call that a tight end dump back in my day. It was just a dump pass, and actually Vega, for him, it was a jump pass.
Yeah, that's true. He did kind of get airborne on that. Pass picked up 12 of the 13 they needed. It's 3rd down and a yard for the Sandlizards. And the snap to Vega. They're going to give it to the running back, Rose. He crosses the 45 up the left hash to midfield into Apache territory at the 48-yard line. That's going to be a Sandlizard first down.
Yeah, that time, number 3, Rose, man. Zane Rose, man. He just found that corner and picked up a first down for the Sandlizards.
At the 47-yard line for the Dardanelle Sandlizards. Vega has a man in the pistol formation, a couple of wideouts, and they're going to give it in the pistol. That looks like Wilfong carrying the ball, going to his right. No, excuse me, that was Blake Thomas, the ball carrier. He gets to the 42-yard line before Ben Burnett can make the stop, but the Sandlizards now picking up yards on the ground pretty well.
Yep. I don't know if our defensive front is getting a little tired or just kind of out of alignment, or missing some assignments, or just getting blocked. But the defense needs to bow up here.
Vega gets the snap. He's going to toss it on the pitch. And met in the backfield. That was Zane Rose, the ball carrier. Got to the 45 and no further. He may have even lost a yard on the play. In fact, he did lose a yard. Pottsville's defense saw that coming, and it's going to bring up 3rd down. From the 45, it's going to be 3rd down and 8 for the Sandlizards. 4:56 to go in the second quarter. Pottsville leads 17-0. Sandlizard drive has the ball in Apache territory, but they face a 3rd and long here. From the right hash, ball right at the 45. Vega takes it, brings it down, moves up the middle, and the Apaches are there to greet him at the 47-yard line. Or excuse me, the 42-yard line. Tackle made by Brian Sanchez, who's played a good ball game. And it's going to bring up 4th down from the 42-yard line, so it's 4th and 5.
Yeah, Steve, and you know they're going to line up and go for it down 17-0 here at John Needham Stadium tonight. I'd look out for that tight end dump pass or that skinny post again.
Vega, the quarterback. I think that's Wilfong in the backfield. No, that's Zane Rose. Vega getting instructions from the sideline, has the play he wants. Here is a big 4th down play, 4th down and a long 5 for the Sandlizards. Pottsville jumps into the neutral zone. They get back, but I didn't see a penalty flag fly.
I didn't either. I think somebody called timeout.
Yeah, Dardanelle called timeout. Play clock looked like it was about to expire. All right, so timeout on the field. 3:52 left to go in the second. Pottsville 17, Dardanelle nothing. We'll be back in 30 seconds with this big 4th down play on Apache football. Pottsville defense looking to get another stop. It is 4th down, almost 6. It's between 5 and 6. Long 5, short 6. Dardanelle thought they had drawn Pottsville offside, but the man in the neutral zone for the defense didn't touch anyone and got back before the ball was snapped. So we'll have a 4th down play. Vega stretching back at the 45 a little bit. I bet he's going to keep it. 4th down and 5. Vega takes it himself, stretches the play out, now tosses it. Dardanelle's going to have a 1st down. Wolfong turns it up the field at the boundary to the 35, up the sideline, inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. And Wolfong picks up the 1st down for Dardanelle as the Apaches lost containment on the left side of the defense.
Yeah, a little RPO. They actually took that from the Pottsville Apache playbook that time, Steve, and went to the short side of the field and picked up the 1st down.
The one man took Vega, which is what he's supposed to do, but there's supposed to be somebody else out there to take the pitch man, and nobody home. 1st down, Sandlizards at the 29. They're going to hand it off to Rose, working to the left, and he's going to get pushed way back. I'm not sure where they're going to call this play dead at. He got to the line of scrimmage and then got met and got driven back, or made a move and got driven back, I should say. And a good play by Nathan Paramo. Yeah, they're going to put the ball back at the basically the line of scrimmage and maybe a yard, so they'll give him the 27 before he was driven back. 2nd down and 9 for the Sandlizards. Pottsville leads 17-0. Dardanelle has moved to the Apache 27, now facing the 2nd down. Vega in the backfield takes the snap, rolls it to the left, throws it up into the end zone, and it's going to be intercepted by the Apaches. That ball was just thrown up for grabs, and Cooper Duval read that all the way and got the interception for the Pottsville Apaches. Duval's return brought it back to about the 7-yard line, but that thwarts another Sandlizard drive.
Well, Steve, it does, and, that's what you do. Sandlizards are knocking at the door, and Pottsville Apache's defense needed to come up big, and that time Big Cooper Duval went up at the highest point, as the defensive back is supposed to do. He played the ball, went up the highest point, and had the big Oski, the big interception.
Almost looked like Cooper Duval was baiting the Sandlizard quarterback into throwing that. He had that played all the way. It looked like the receiver was open. Duval takes the snap, gives it to Mahan, and the entire offensive line pushes the line forward across the 10 to the 11-yard line. That will pick up 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Pottsville deep in their own territory. So the idea here is going to be to get the ball out from behind your own goal line, I would think.
Yeah. No turnovers here, Steve, and let's just protect the football and try to get it down, and it'd be nice if we could get close to a field goal right before halftime.
2nd down and 6 for the Apaches. They're at their own 11. Duval takes the snap, turns left, gives it to Mahan, brings it up the middle, across the 15 to the 17 to the 18-yard line, and that's going to be very close to a Pottsville 1st down, and now the official says, yes, that is an heirloom legal Pottsville Apache 1st down.
Moving those chains. 2 minutes and 19 seconds left in the first half to play here at John Needham, and Pottsville up 17-0.
The Apache offensive line playing very, very well in this ball game. Lead at 17-0. 2:07 left to go. You pick in the half, I should say. You pick up something big here, and you might be trying to put points on the board. I don't know. Out of the wing tee, Mahan gets the handoff, going to the right. More running room as he'll cross the 23 to the 24, headed for the right hash mark. Tackled just short of the 25 by the Sandlizards, but that's going to be another pickup of 5 yards for the Apaches.
Well, Steve, once that clock gets down just a little bit more, I think we ought to go ahead and try to go deep with something.
We'll see. We'll see. Let me see. For the Apaches, Adrian Hall has been drawing single coverage on the left side, so you might try to send him deep. Sandlizards look like they're playing a cover 3 shell. Hall comes to the left side. He's going to have single coverage again. Picking him up is going to be Johan Bonilla. Cooper Duval takes the snap, turns left, gives it to the wingman, coming left to right. Turns it upfield, right at the crown of the field, across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Eli Atkins, the ball carrier. And he's going to be about a yard or two short of the first down. It's going to be 3rd down and 2 from the 26. 55 seconds left to go in the quarter. Well, if you pick up this first down, Jim, I think maybe the Apaches would be more serious about maybe trying to hit something long. But the way the Apache, and he got enough to pick up another heirloom legal 1st and 10 at the 28. That was the line to gain for the first down. And with 17 seconds, Pottsville's not even going to snap the football. Yep. And I don't blame him. So we are at the end of the first half of play, and it has been all Apaches. Pottsville 17, Dardanelle nothing. We will be back after this 2-minute timeout with more Pottsville Apache football.